Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Kholat. This is a explory horror game with Sean Bean in it. And that's just about like 3/4 of what I actually know about the game. The other quarter is that... What was the other quarter? I've already forgotten. Sean Bean will explain everything you need to know here in just a minute. So... yeah, I don't know basically anything about this game. I got it for free. It was given to me by Steam. I figured, hey, this looks interesting. Let's play it. So without further ado, I'm gonna start a new game.
56 years ago, Russia, the northern Ural Mountains. A group of 9 students of the Ural Polytechnic Institute embarked upon a difficult winter expedition to reach the Otorten mountain. Their journey seemed to progress according to plan. However, on the 7th day of their trip, the weather conditions worsened. They lost their orientation and were forced to set up a camp on the slope of the mountain called Kholat Siakal. It was their last stop. 3 weeks later in Yekaterinburg, when their families received no word of their success, the first rescue expeditions were sent. On February 25th, 1959, an abandoned encampment was found. The tent was torn down and covered with snow, with all the group's belongings left inside. Further examination revealed it was cut from inside out. The surrounding footprints indicated the crew had fled the tent. They were barefooted. This suggests a frantic escape, characteristic of people scared out of their wits. 2 sets of prints led to a forested area down the slope. The rescue team found an improvised fireplace and 2 bodies. They were lying in but their underwear, with cuts and scratches to their limbs, suggesting they had tried to climb the tree in panic. What could terrify them so much? The next 3 bodies were found scattered a few hundred meters from the first discovery. One of them had suffered a fractured skull, this despite no evidence of a struggle. It took the spring thaw 2 months later to enable the rescue team to find the rest of the victims. The last 4 skiers were found buried in a thick layer of ice and snow. Their autopsies led to even more bizarre findings. All of the bodies had severe internal injuries caused by an undetermined force, similar to that of a serious car accident. No external damage nor bruises were visible, besides a tongue ripped from one victim's mouth and a strange orange skin color. Much speculation arose from these puzzling events. Such theories included attack from the local tribesmen, from an avalanche, or animals. Each theory, however, only served to create more questions. The truth behind this tragic course of events remains unexplained to this day. What really happened? Maybe the answer still waits to be discovered, deep under the snow.
And now I hope you were paying attention, because I sure as heck wasn't. But yeah, that's the Dyatlov Pass incident, which you have just had explained to you by Mr. Sean Bean, who I don't think is a knight. I don't know. I don't think he's been knighted, but he's a good actor who's been in a lot of things and died in most of them. This is very pretty. I'm going back to where I started from. So, do I have a map or anything, or am I just kind of wandering? Ooh, I can crouch. Yeah. They see me rolling. They hating. I'm gonna run on the train tracks. I'm gonna be a hobo. Who am I anyway? Am I just like some... I'm going to be Dmitri. See, this is in Russia, right? So I'm going to call myself Dmitri, and I'm going to be an insurance agent. I'm exploring a case of insurance fraud that has happened up in these mountains. Like somebody was cutting down a tree, and it fell on their cabin. And now they're trying to file for insurance. And I'm getting low frame rates. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can turn something down. And Dmitri has died. And is this the tent?
I am right behind you.
I'm turning around. There's nobody behind me. I'm alone in the house. I hope I'm alone in the house. I pray to God I'm alone in the house. Act 2,
Have
because
you ever
Act...
tried to hold on to your humanity
No.
when others convince you of being no more than a subject, an object, which they can bend to their will? When they told you that you were a monster that deserved punishment, and you could really not remember your sins? When they took away your loved ones, leaving you to rot in the dark? The problem is that in their darkness, you have never been alone.
What the heck are you talking about? Also, where in the blazes am I? I was like in a train station 5 minutes ago. What's going on? So do I have like a map or something? I do. I have a list of coordinates over here, it looks like. So let's just choose one at random and see. Let's go to 66 north, 22 east. So right about there, right at the end of that path. So I'm going to assume that I'm here at this. Alright, let's go. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Actually, no. Where do I think the cabin is? I'm here to investigate insurance fraud. I have to go find the cabin. Where would a cabin be? You know what? I think that is where a cabin would be. Would be right about there. That looks like a good place for a cabin to me. So we're gonna go find that. We're gonna go find the cabin and investigate insurance fraud. Is a meteor or the pit to hell?
I set out the moment I heard about you.
I don't care. It's exposition, so it must be a pit to hell. Oh, I get it. I'm high. I'm high as a kite. And now I'm dead. Oh, I really am dead. Oh, I thought that was like a scripted event that was just like supposed to happen. But nope, I'm dead. Take 2. Run. Yeah, okay. I wanna... I'm lost. Guys, if you're gonna commit insurance fraud, do it somewhere where poor Dimitri can get to you easily. Dimitri is going through a rough spot right now, right? He just lost his wife. He has a major drinking problem in that he cannot drink like anything, including water, because he smokes too much. And he had to have one of those tracheotomies to where you have so now he has a hole in his throat. Did my game just crash?
I wonder, what is awaiting us when we get there? What will we see? How far will we make it? I hear the rest of the group breathing peacefully, and it's snowing outside.
So, addressing your questions in order that you asked them. What is awaiting us when we get there? Death. What will we see? Demons. How far will we make it? Probably... Sean Bean. I'm going to edit in a clip of Sean Bean saying how far they made it. So Dimitri, he had a tracheotomy, so now he has a hole in his throat. And he cannot breathe. And every time he tries to take a drink, the stuff leaks out of his throat. So what he has to do is he has like a PICC line, you know. He carries around a backpack with him everywhere, and it injects the food and the water straight into his heart, because that's how they do it in Russia. They don't need any of your modern science and medicine. They do it the way they want to because they're Russian and screw you. It's the capitalists. They're trying to tell me that I'm wrong. The filthy capitalists. That's what I thought. try to... As soon as you bring out the facts and logic, the capitalists go away. All hail Mother Russia. I'm gonna go this way. No, I'm not. I hear pages. Here we go. Mysterious lights above Svobodny Cosmodrome. Mysterious events in the sky were noted during the night of 4th to 5th July. Witnesses testifying they had seen a bright orange sphere which they had crossed the sky above the city several times, moving chaotically and immediately changing its direction of flight. Finally, it stopped and disappeared. Major Gierka, an aviation professional, confirms it is impossible for any flying object we know to move like that. The military and Cosmodrome's personnel all answered our questions in a short and firm way by distancing themselves from the event, informing there was no activity in the area as well as there was no tests performed. So, aliens. And what are you? What are you? Is that... It's just like a light box and a bedroll or something. And goggles and ski sticks or hiking sticks or something like that. Ah, I see what happened. Somebody jumped off this or fell off this or something. They're reading a newspaper and it was so depressing that they decided to jump off and end everything. I don't blame them. No insurance payout for that man's family. Suicide is not covered in your policy. Hello, sir. Have you paid your communist dues? The party will be very displeased with you. You just killed... He's just killed a federal Russian agent. That's at least 20 years in a gulag somewhere. I mean, granted, Dmitri is harder to kill than that. His wife tried to poison his vodka with badger poison. All right, but this badger poison wasn't strong enough to kill Dmitri because he's strong Russian man. Look at that, children. That's a capitalist. That's what happens that's what you turn into whenever you follow capitalism and your free enterprise. You turn into that thing. Do you want to be that thing? No, then be a communist. Because communism is the way of the future. Really started getting on my nerves. You know what? I have died a lot in the last minute and a half. I'm gonna treat myself to a nice handful of trail mix that I'm gonna subject you to listening to me eat. I'm going to wash it down with a nice long gulp of water. Alright. Stuff. Oh, my cat has joined me. Hello. And she's scared. I frightened her. I frighten a lot of people. Yeah, having a face like mine does that. Anyway, moving forward. So, that's a church, it looks like. I want to see if I can try to get down there. Am I leaving footprints? I am leaving footprints. Look at that! Next gen footprints physics. Capitalist. Learn your place! Learn your place! You don't see me? Does he actually see me? He sees me! He sees me. You will never overtake the glory of the mother country! Ow, cat! I have a cat. Ow. Good God. The capitalists are just invading. They're everywhere, gosh darn. Go away. I don't want your free enterprise. I want to work insane hours for no money. I want to have to pay 50 rubles for a turnip. And not like a good turnip, like one of them small turnips. One of the ones where you look at it's like, oh, it's a radish, but no, it's a turnip. I want that. That is what I want. Gameplay is riveting. I'm so invested right now. So invested and immersed and interested. I think I'm in the middle of like an avalanche or a rock slide or something. Oh. Look at that. It was a capitalist. This game is fun. Meaning trail mix. Screw you. It's a good game. I just want to go to church, man. I'm back on the freaking suicide cliff. I've never had this much trouble trying to get to church in my life. You know what? Screw the church. I'm going somewhere else because that way has too many monsters on it. You take the high road, I'll take the low road, and I'll get to Scotland before ye. I have no doubt in my mind that sounded amazing. I am the next Justin Bieber. Of all the people I could choose, I chose Justin Bieber. Thank you, brain. I'm the next Justin Bieber. I'm the next spoiled Canadian. I'm the next spoiled Canadian man-child. Trail mix away. You know, I didn't know whenever I got here that this suicide cliff would actually be the death of me. I cannot get away from this cliff. I feel like daggum Groundhogs Day. Except for instead of Bill Murray, I'm Justin Bieber. Can you imagine a Groundhog's Day remake with Justin Bieber? That would just be a sight to behold. And like in the beginning, when the song comes on the radio every day, like it would be Baby by Justin Bieber playing on the radio. And then the guys who interrupted to do their radio show would also be played by Justin Bieber. In fact, every part in the film would be played by Justin Bieber, including Punxsutawney Phil, especially Punxsutawney Phil. Like they just take a CGI. Not even a groundhog. They take a CGI beaver and they Photoshop Justin Bieber's face onto this beaver. I should really stop eating whenever I'm talking. But this trail mix is so tasty. Like it's got craisins in it. And like raisins are the devil, but craisins are amazing. It's so good. But yeah, they just take this CGI beaver. And then whenever they put it, like, they can't, in editing, they can't line up their CGI beaver with the footage of Justin Bieber holding up their fake beaver, like their stand-in beaver. Which, incidentally, is the name of my band, Stand-In Bieber. And so, like, you have Justin Bieber holding up this furry lump, and then a beaver, a CGI beaver with his face on it, like floating, like a few inches to the left. This is a great movie. I'm gonna watch this movie. I was gonna make a joke on the name of what the name of the movie would be called, and it'd be like a Justin Bieber song. But like the only Justin Bieber song I know is Baby. Groundhogs Day. That's it. Groundhogs Day. It's the perfect title for the perfect movie. It's the greatest movie of all time. We can cancel all sorts of award ceremonies. We can stop making movies in general because we have peaked. And more than that, we can just stop existing as a human race because we have peaked with this film. We know we don't need film, we don't need television, we don't need books or video games or comics or anything anymore, or music. We have peaked. We have Groundhogs Day, and it's the best thing invented since fire. Because fire warms our bodies, but this movie warms our souls. Stop eating frickin' trail mix, you clod. I still have craisins. And like after I finish with trail mix, I might just eat straight craisins. You know, I probably wouldn't be so tempted to eat trail mix if my brain was being actively engaged. But instead, I just feel like I'm hiking. I'm just hiking. And like, I don't even have anything interesting to look at. Look, no, that's not true. I have this icicle. And the terrible lighting effects. That looks like a face. He's like, it looks like freaking Squidward. He's like, ah. He's just happy to be here. Ooh. That was good. I liked that. That was the scariest thing in this game so far. Ooh. Torches. Okay. This is weird. I don't know, it's kind of pleasant. I feel like I'm about to find some yogi or like guru or something. They're about to impart sage wisdom upon me. That or I'm about to be eaten by bears. No other options exist, so Yogi or bears? Yogi Bear! Yogi Bear! This man was eaten by Yogi Bear. 99 bags of trail mix on the wall. 99 bags of trail mix. Take one down, pass it around. Don't pass it around because that's my trail mix. Keep your hands off. 98 bags of trail mix on the wall. Can't you go annoy the dog or something? Oh, the cat's on my lap. Okay. Hold on, I need to evict the cat from my room before she breaks something. No! My monitor! You scumbucket! This would be eerie if I didn't know the only thing waiting for me in the darkness were capitalists. Bungee sticks. Very welcoming. It's the cabin. Dimitri has finally found his way home. I can already tell you this is certainly insurance fraud because in my report that I read, the cabin was destroyed. This is clearly still standing. You're tanning your own leather. That's illegal. Any tanning should be entrusted directly to the party. That's gonna be a fine of a few million rubles. Ooh, a knife. You own weaponry. That's another 1,000,000 rubles that I'm gonna have to dock you. I'm gonna have to inspect the interior of your cabin to decide if you're gonna get your insurance payout. Okay, look, let's be honest. You're not getting the insurance payout. You're paying me, if anything. Like, I've already docked you a few million rubles. So, see there. That's a good idea. Opening the door for the insurance agent. I see you hiding in the closet. Don't think you can hide from me. You know, I'm gonna let you sit there and just stew for a minute while I investigate, while I catalog. I will catalog your weaponry, and then I will get back to you with a quote on how much you owe me. Alright, so we have a cutting implement. We have three cutting implements, four, what looks like to be four cutting implements, a stabbing implement, a weapon of it's ski. We don't have regulations for skis, so I'm going to put it in a weapon of unknown origin, or homebrew. That's like a whole different fine. That one I could actually have you in charges for. Two homebrew weapons and two stabbing implements, and a skull. It's an animal skull, but I'm going to pretend that it's a human skull just because I don't like you and I want to have you arrested for murder. Alright? More tanning up there I see as well. And antlers probably from poached deer. You're just not looking good. You shouldn't have filed for insurance, honestly. So, don't show me the door. Don't show me the door. You're in trouble now, bucko. A radio. Can I? It's not tuned to our propaganda channel, so that it's. In fact, you're listening to Justin Bieber. That is a crime. That's actually been made illegal by the Geneva Convention. So, I'm gonna have you executed, okay? And finally, you have a note here that has been for classified intel, classified by the Russian government. Oh, and now... Yeah, can you? I can see you too. You have co-conspirators. Oh, I get it. I'm high. And with that, Dmitri, or whatever the heck I named this stupid character, has finished investigating the insurance fraud. He has executed the perpetrator of all of the crimes and charged his family, which consists of a wife and a small child, with the hundreds of millions of rubles in fines that he now owes the motherland. And with that, Dmitri rides off into what would be a sunset if Russia weren't terrible, to go file paperwork or some crap. I don't know. I'm not a storyteller. What do you want from me?